The rain had been falling since early morning, turning the city streets into long ribbons of gray. Cars splashed through shallow puddles, umbrellas collided on crowded sidewalks, and people rushed past one another with the same look on their faces, tired, distant, preoccupied with their own lives. Across the street from one of the most expensive stores in the city stood a man who did not belong there. At least, that's what anyone passing by would have thought. His name was Ethan Carter, and he stood under the edge of a broken awning, holding the small, cold hand of his daughter. His coat was worn but clean, the fabric faded at the elbows. His shoes were scuffed, their soles thin from years of use. His dark hair was slightly unkempt, and the exhaustion in his eyes told a story of sleepless nights and heavy responsibilities. Beside him stood Lily, his 6-year-old daughter, wrapped in a yellow rain jacket that was too big for her. The sleeves hung past her hands, and the hood kept slipping down over her bright eyes. She clutched a small backpack decorated with peeling star stickers. "Daddy," she said softly, her voice nearly lost under the sound of rain. "Is this really the place?" Ethan followed her gaze. Across the street stood Arden and Vale, a luxury store famous for its handcrafted clothing, custom shoes, and wealthy clientele. The glass windows glowed with warm golden light, revealing marble floors, polished displays, and mannequins dressed in outfits that cost more than Ethan earned in months. "Yes," he said quietly. "This is the place." Lily hesitated. "Everyone inside looks important." Ethan smiled gently, crouching down to her level. "Important people still need shoes," he said, "and you need new ones for school." She looked down at her sneakers, old, worn, the soles starting to peel. "I don't mind," she whispered. "I can wear these." Ethan felt the familiar ache in his chest. Ever since Lily's mother passed away 3 years earlier, he had learned to read the emotions she tried to hide. The bravery, the quiet understanding far beyond her age. "You deserve better than not minding," he said softly. "You deserve comfort." She nodded slowly, trusting him the way only children can. Together they crossed the street. The moment Ethan pushed open the heavy glass doors, warmth rushed over them. Soft instrumental music floated through the air. The scent of polished leather and expensive perfume lingered like a different world, one that didn't know hunger, overdue bills, or the fear of choosing between groceries and electricity. And instantly they were noticed. Behind a long marble counter stood 3 sales associates, all impeccably dressed. Their eyes flicked toward the entrance in near unison. The assessment was immediate. The woman on the left raised an eyebrow. The man beside her smirked. The third associate leaned closer, whispering something that made them chuckle. "Are we doing charity today?" the man muttered, not bothering to lower his voice enough. The woman laughed softly. "They must be lost." Ethan heard it all. He tightened his grip on Lily's hand, feeling her fingers tremble. "It's okay," he whispered to her. "Just stay close." They walked deeper into the store, footsteps echoing faintly against the marble floor. Conversations quieted as customers noticed them. A well-dressed couple glanced over with subtle disapproval. A woman adjusted her handbag as if protecting it. Someone whispered. Ethan kept his eyes forward. He had learned long ago that reacting only gave judgment more power. They stopped near the counter. "Excuse me," Ethan said calmly. "I'm looking for children's shoes." The male associate looked him up and down slowly, deliberately. "Children's shoes?" he repeated. "Sir, do you know where you are?" "Yes," Ethan replied. "That's why I'm here." The associate let out a laugh. "The cheapest pair here costs more than your coat." Lily lowered her head. Ethan inhaled slowly. "That's fine." The laughter behind the counter grew louder. "Sure it is," the associate said. "Maybe try a place more appropriate." The word hung heavy in the air. Appropriate. For people like you. Lily tugged on Ethan's sleeve. Daddy, please, she whispered. Let's go. Ethan felt anger rise, but he swallowed it. He would not let Lily see him lose control. We're not asking for anything free, he said firmly. We want to buy shoes. The associate rolled his eyes. Security, he called out. We have a situation. The security guard began walking over. That was when a voice cut through the room, calm, deep, unmistakably authoritative. That won't be necessary. Everyone froze. From the back of the store emerged an older man in a perfectly tailored gray suit. His posture was straight, his presence commanding without effort. His silver hair was neatly styled, and his sharp eyes scanned the room with quiet intensity. This was William Arden, founder and owner of Arden and Vale. The staff straightened immediately. Mr. Arden, one associate said nervously, we didn't realize. William didn't respond. His gaze was locked on Ethan. For a long moment he simply stared. Then something shifted. His eyes widened slightly. His breath caught. Ethan. Carter, he said softly. The store went silent. Ethan blinked in surprise. Yes, he said slowly. Do I know you? William took a step forward, then another, his voice trembling with emotion. Do you know me? He asked. 10 years ago. The bridge. My car. Ethan's memory rushed back. The twisted metal, the smell of gasoline, the rain pounding against his back as he pulled a stranger from a wrecked car moments before it plunged into the river. I remember, Ethan said quietly. William's eyes filled with tears. You saved my life, he said. I searched for you for years. The staff stood frozen, faces pale. I never got your name, William continued. You disappeared before the ambulance arrived. Ethan looked away. I didn't disappear, he said softly. I just went back to my life. William's gaze fell to Lily. And this must be your daughter. Lily looked up shyly. Hello. William knelt in front of her. What's your name? Lily. He smiled warmly. You have a very brave father. He stood slowly and turned to his employees. Is this how we treat people? He asked quietly. No one answered. I built this store on craftsmanship and respect, he said. Not judgment. He turned back to Ethan. Please, he said, let me help. Ethan hesitated. We only came for shoes. William nodded. Then shoes she shall have. He gestured to the staff. Bring every children's shoe in her size. The associates scrambled. Lily's eyes widened as boxes appeared one after another. William knelt again. Choose whichever you like. Lily looked at her father. Ethan nodded. She chose a simple pair, comfortable, sturdy, warm. William smiled. Excellent choice. Ethan reached for his wallet. William gently stopped him. No, he said. This is my way of repaying a debt I can never repay. Ethan swallowed hard. As they prepared to leave, William walked them to the door. Ethan, he said quietly, you didn't just save my life that night. You reminded me what truly matters. The rain had slowed outside. Lily slipped her hand into her father's. Daddy, she whispered, smiling. They didn't laugh at us at the end. Ethan smiled back, tears burning in his eyes. No, he said softly. They didn't. And as they walked away, the golden lights of Arden and Vale shone a little differently. No longer a symbol of wealth, but of humility, kindness, and the reminder that you never know who someone truly is.